Hello, little G's. Welcome back, my little gods, to my universe. Come on in and make yourself at home. My name is Indy, Indira, and I am here to talk about beautiful tarot cards and the planet Mercury. In honor of Mercury in retrograde, which starts today, September 10th, 2022 until October 2nd of 2022, I wanted to emphasize and give a little tarot information because tarot is a tool that one can use by yourself or when you receive a reading to help you navigate and really come to certain conclusions that you intuitively already know. Because really what tarot is it reveals your subconscious. It reveals your hidden truths. It can reveal information on a very visual level of maybe what you didn't want to look at, you already kind of knew. You maybe had it in the back of your mind, in the pit of your stomach, that this was in fact what actually is happening, either in the background or in plain sight, hiding in plain sight, but just having to acknowledge it through a tarot card reading. So definitely take it as sometimes a fun way to learn about your subconscious mind. I love the visual art of tarot cards. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And in this case, though, I'm going to use the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, which many people know about and use. And the visual imagery is just, to me, always beautiful and highly symbolic. As we know, the beautiful artist really was part of an occult society, and she was absolutely inspired to create all of these imageries within these cards that are jam-packed. So let's dive right into the actual Major Arcana card, which represents Mercury, and that would be the Magician. So here we are, the wonderful Magician. Beautiful card, full of symbolism. It has a little bit of everything. It has a chalice, it has a sword, it has a wooden staff representing wands. The chalice represents the cups. You have the beautiful star or pentacles representing earth, the sword representing air, and the Magician is holding up I would describe it as a candle. You could describe it as a victory staff. And then we have the wonderful infinity symbol above our Magician. So absolutely full of just kind of references to the occult, to nature. As you saw, there was a lot of beautiful flowers below the Magician, definitely connected to the earth. And the Magician is the messenger of God. So Mercury is all about communication. And it was viewed as magicians could commune with nature, with the unseen world, and be able to utilize that energy to assist people in any of their needs, from emotional needs to physical needs, and also be able to manipulate energy. And this is all connected to really magnifying their God-given talents. And moving on from that, really being able to commune with God or the unseen world using herbs, chalices, different kinds of tools, and to be able to create magic. So that is traditionally The Mercury card is the Magician. Now, if you see the Magician in your reading, of course, it depends on what you're asking in the tarot reading, but the Magician really is a energy that is all about transformation, that is all about going within intuitively, bringing out that magic that you possess, because we all possess it, and being able to utilize it in a confident way. As you saw in the card, the Magician is highly confident. It has all its tools in front of them and ready to use. And they are holding up their candle, maybe of illumination, or their wand, because they are ready to go. So if you see that in your reading, it is, in my opinion, a very positive, action-oriented, internal, intuitive, confident card that that is prompting you to be the magician in your life. Bring in all of your positive energy and the tools that you have in your psyche, and also through God, because of course in the end we are completely connected to Source at all times if we so choose to acknowledge it. Moving on, Mercury rules the zodiac signs of Gemini and Virgo. So in the representation of the Major Arcana, Gemini is represented by the Lover's card. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. Love this card. You have like an angel, a deity above them. Have a little maybe Adam and Eve action happening, potentially Garden of Eden. There's a lot going on. So the Lovers is connected to Gemini. If you see the Lover's card, or bringing in that Mercury energy, that Gemini energy into your tarot card reading, really it could represent not only duality, masculine, feminine energy, as we all possess it, but it could also represent really merging two paths together into potentially a common theme of communication connected to Mercury. Gemini, which is all about logic, mental energy, etc. So converging themes, aspects of your life into one, or just really, in very literal terms, connected to romance or just partnership between masculine energy and feminine energy. It can be a male and a female, but it could also just be a person that has more masculine energy and a person that's more feminine energy. So it doesn't necessarily have to infer traditional gender roles or embodiment. Either way, it is an interesting card to have in your reading. So depending on what's going on in your life, just kind of keep in mind those themes of communication, of versatility, of duality, of merging two into one. Moving on to Virgo, who is also ruled by Mercury, and it is represented in the Major Arcana as the Hermit. So really just stoic, lovely card, because it's so many shades of gray, which, as we know, life is full of many shades of gray. This planet is very gray in multiple ways. I don't mean necessarily literally, but obviously if you head up to the northern part of our planet, it could be quite gray a lot of times during the year. So the Hermit, Virgo energy, still Mercury energy, and really kind of honoring the actual art of what is being represented here. You do see illumination through the lantern, as you did in the Magician holding up potentially a candle. And it's really connected to Mercury, the concept of communication, discovery, mental, having a breakthrough moment in your thought process. So, and as far as the Hermit, it's all about going within, but really having an opportunity to go within, inside your mind, inside your soul, having a moment of deep thought, silence, introspection, and having an opportunity to really go into your own soul's journey and age, as interesting as that sounds. So for many people, when we incarnate onto planet Earth, we have various lifetimes and numbers of lifetimes. Some of you have been here many, 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 many lifetimes. We're talking about 50,000 lifetimes plus. So the longer, more often that you incarnate onto planet Earth, you would be considered an old soul. And I would say the Hermit represents, in my opinion, very much an old soul energy, kind of going back to the archives of your lifetimes here on planet Earth, really kind of just stepping back and going into maybe the sacred knowledge and wisdom from years and centuries and cultures back, way back. And the Hermit is also going into the energy of Virgo, just very stoic, not quick to cast judgment, to communicate, to do anything hasty, because Virgo is also an earth sign, so very steady, methodical, thinking things through. So when you see the Hermit in your astrology, or excuse me, your tarot card reading, what that implies is that it is time to go within, to kind of separate yourself from maybe your traditional routines that you have. If you're super social, take a moment to not go out as much, to just stay home and kind of really just think about your life, think about where you're going on a larger scale as a soul. Not, hey, what am I doing tomorrow? But really just bigger themes of your life. And really kind of on some level detach yourself from the emotion side of it and just kind of view it as an outsider looking in to your life, to your path, and to the particular situation that you were asking the tarot cards. Moving on to the minor arcana, we have Mercury is represented, believe it or not, in regards to Taurus. So Mercury in Taurus is represented in the Five of Pentacles. So the Pentacles is an earth energy and Taurus is an earth sign. And as you can see, things are not going well for these sad individuals. Right, so moving on to another Mercury influenced card in the minor arcana, it would be Mercury in Virgo is represented by the Ten of Pentacles. So you see family potentially together. You see the little kid, the dogs, the gentleman sitting down has a gorgeous robe. They seem to be in a more metropolitan area by the background. So lovely card. Definitely a positive card to see in your tarot card reading, as the Ten of Pentacles is definitely good news, longevity news, news that can affect your family in a positive way. It is family oriented as well as earth oriented, which is connected to earthly goods, money, abundance, legacy, family wealth, generational wealth. any kind of effect in a positive way to your family. You may receive news from a family member about something heading your way. It could be money, it could be maybe an heirloom from an inheritance, somebody that has passed away but they care deeply for you, gifting you something, anything of that nature. It's also, as far as Mercury in Virgo, Virgo definitely is very meticulous. Virgo absolutely is steadfast, loyal, a lot of positive traits in regards to human interaction, can definitely be a little bit focused on their ways, a little bit rigid, but overall in regards to seeing this card, if you see that, then it's like long-standing and definitely will affect you for years to come. Moving on to the next Mercury influence, we have the Three of Cups. So this is Mercury in Cancer. Kind of put this a little better. So you have people celebrating, friends, however you want to see it, family, but it is a good time. People are definitely coming together as a community, friendship. And when you see this card in a tarot reading, obviously depending on the reading, it could mean different things, but either way, a time of celebration, a time of potentially travel, communicating, reconnecting with friends. And it is a beautiful card. And the fact that Mercury is in Cancer, representing that card, Cancer is all about feel good, intuitive emotions, very, very heightened psychic abilities, empathic abilities, very feminine energy, very much a time to just kind of be in your emotions, go with the flow. And so if you're traveling with friends, it's going to be a positive experience. If you are going to an event, a party, then it's going to be an opportunity for you to just flow, to enjoy, be in that, maybe receiving feminine energy, and have a great time. Mercury is about communicating, so communicating will go well for you amongst your friends, family group, or at the event that you may be attending. So moving on to the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is connected to Mercury in Aquarius. So we have definitely some changes happening. This individual could be moving with her child. Is that the father? Is that just a ferryman? There's a lot of mental energy happening there, because the swords does represent air energy, air quality, and that is all about mental stimulation, being stuck in the mind, etc. So with Mercury in Aquarius, we revisited the concept of Aquarius, just the whole idea with it being ruled by the planet Uranus. And Uranus is the maverick, the innovator, think outside the box, really having to do things in a different way, approaching problems in a different way. So that is what Aquarius can sometimes challenge you. It can challenge you to have to approach a problem in your life in a different way. Maybe unexpectedly things shifted from, hey, I was going to move here, that fell through. Or, hey, I thought this was going to work out with a friend, maybe going on a trip or even going into business with somebody, and it fell through, sudden changes. So how are you going to remedy this in a different approach than what you were planning? And with all that sword energy, it definitely is worrisome. If you see that card in a tarot card reading, it is a little bit more showing concern that you probably have within yourself. A lot of mental stress connected to the sudden change to a new direction that you have to head towards. So not the ideal card to see in a tarot card reading, but also more think of it as you just have to be innovative to get out of the situation that you're currently in. Don't hang out too much in your mind and get depressed and really feel like, hey, the world's going to end here because it didn't work out how I thought it was going to work out. There is a way to approach your situation in an alternative way, thinking outside the box. Okay. And then finally, Mercury in our minor arcana will be Mercury with the 8 of Wands, and Mercury is in Sagittarius. So pretty straightforward. You have a lot of wands or staffs that are heading down. So either an attack was just launched at you, if you see this in your tarot card reading, and it also could represent that you launched an attack on someone or a situation. It doesn't always have to be a person. But either way, Mercury in Sagittarius. So Mercury is considered like an air quality. Sagittarius is a fire sign in the zodiac, and air definitely feeds fire. So it could be an incendiary situation that you may be dealing with, where the 8 of Wands is all about action, movement, maybe impulsivity. It's happening now. It's going to blow up now. You're going to have to deal with some kind of conflict, catastrophic event, some kind of, situation that has riled up, and now you need to deal with it. So just to remind everyone that, or my little G's, that minor arcanas in the tarot card readings are less intense of an influence as far as it being longevity or themes. So a situation may arise pretty quickly in your life, and that it will be dealt with, or it will fizzle out, or you'll be able to move on within a day, within a week, within a month. Whereas when you have the major arcanas in your reading, it is a little bit more of a statement. It could be longevity. It also could be just overall a theme in your life, your personality, rather than situational, which is what the minor arcana cards are. So with the 8 of Wands, it's really about quick action. It's happening now. It's unavoidable, and we just need to deal with it and not get too upset and really just maybe overreact, because Sagittarius energy with that fiery nature can be a little bit on the emotional, reactionary, fiery side. So just keep that in mind in regards to whatever situation you are in and you're asking the tarot cards to reveal a little more. I hope that this has assisted you and kind of made things a little bit more clear if you're learning tarot, or if you're just wanting to play with tarot, or you received a tarot card reading, and just in general how our planet Mercury has been interwoven in different systems within our human existence and within our culture. So I hope this has served you in some way, and I look forward to seeing you again.